people have read Tom Sawyer or Huckleberry Finn here, okay? Virtually everyone in the room. But before he became famous as an author, Mark Twain became famous as a travel writer, believe it or not. Before he became famous as a travel writer, he had a varied career. And just before this, he was born in 1835, just before the Civil War, he was a riverboat pilot on the Mississippi. And basically in those days, riverboat pilots were the most important person on a boat. They may well be today, except it's now called raider, I suppose. But he had to learn 1,200 miles of the Mississippi, every turn, every sandbank, every twist in the river. He said it was the best part of his life, most enjoyable part of his life. In his book, Life in the Mississippi, Mark Twain quoted his mentor, who taught him how to become a riverboat pilot. And the mentor said to him, "When I say I learn a man the river, I mean it. And you can depend on it. I learn him or kill him." And Twain went on to say that the word teach is not in the river vocabulary, right? So what I did with the book and with the concept, what Mark Twain learned me about public speaking, is I took some of his terminology, some of his phrasing, and adapted it to today's audience. So, surprisingly enough, the 9 lessons that I'm going to give you, based on what Mark Twain learned me about public speaking, actually spell out the acronym Mark Twain. Isn't that an amazing coincidence? Astonishing, astonishing. I don't expect you to remember the 9 points from Mark Twain today. What I do expect you to remember, though, is Mark Twain, right? Acronyms work. So let's have a look now at the first 4 letters. Message, audience, relate, and know your objective. Mark. This is the kind of work that you should do before you get in front of the public or whoever else you are speaking to, right? The second word, Twain, is what you should do when you're actually in front of your audience. If you don't invest in the time pre-stage, what you will end up with when you get in front of an audience is a Twain wreck. Thank you for that reaction. I told you it was going to be a really corny joke, didn't I? All right? You're taking people's time when you're presenting. You should give them the respect to actually put some effort into your material. Now, let me ask you a question. Which of these 9 lessons here do you, and there's no right answer in this, which of these 9 lessons here do you think is the most important when we're talking about public speaking, presenting, or getting in front of an audience?